Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. We are going to learn about Azure AI Service today. And the special service which I'm going to show you today is Azure AI Vision Service. Undoubtedly, this is one of the most popular Azure AI service. And it's also having so many amazing capabilities, which I'm sure you're going to love it. Today, I'm going to show you step-by-step guide where we are going to create Azure AI Vision Service from scratch. And then I'm going to show you that what kind of capabilities it includes and then how exactly you can utilize those things. Not only that, if you are a developer and willing to develop your AI-based application, I'm sure some of these capabilities which I'm going to show you is surely going to match with your AI app requirement. Let's get started. As you can see, I have logged into my Azure portal, and as usual, the first thing which I'm going to create is creating a new resource. I hope you know the fundamentals of Azure Cloud, and keeping that in mind, we are going to create Azure AI Services. I'm going to click on create, and as usual, to create this new service, you have to provide some configurational requirements. I'm going to create a new resource group called AI-900 RG. The location for the service is going to be East US, which is fine. I'm creating a name of the service, my name, AI service, with some number like 2025 because this is 2025. And in the pricing tab, I'm going to choose standard. Remember, whenever you create Azure AI service, this is one centralized service, or I can say it's a multi-service account, which is actually going to have vision service, language service, and many more. So this is actually going to be not a dedicated vision service. This is a multi-service account, which is also going to include Azure AI Vision Service inside that. As usual, in order to create any of the AI services, you have to agree with the responsible AI principles. And that's why we have responsible AI notice. We have gone through that, so I'm just going to agree with that. And I'm going to click on review plus create. All the other configurations of networking, identity, I'm keeping it same as it is right now. I do not want to change anything in that. And once the validation is passed, I'm going to click on create. Yes, we waited for a few seconds, and as you can see, it's showing me deployment is succeeded. Somehow it's not showing me on this page, but if it is succeeded, we are very good with that. I'm going to click on go to resource groups. Inside the resource group, which is AI-900 RG, I have my Azure AI service. I'll click on this. And as you can see, this Azure AI service is actually having decision service, language service, speech service, vision service, and many more. So it's actually a multi-service account. That's why we have all the services inside this. There is one thing which I want you to notice right now is we have a unique endpoint available with the service. Now this endpoint and a key, which is going to be a automatically generated key, which is part of the service, is going to be very important if you want to develop apps on AI. Now, if you want to consume this service as an API in your client-side application, which can be a mobile app, which can be a desktop application, or maybe a website, in those client-side applications, you have to use this endpoint and one of the key, which is visible here. So if you're a developer, this is your area. If you are not, you're going to share these details with your developers so that they can develop AI-based applications using Azure AI Service API. As of now, we do not want to develop applications. We want to see what kind of offerings Vision Service is actually giving us. And that's the reason we will actually go and deal with Vision Service. Now, right now, if I click on this Vision, it's actually showing me that it's providing computer vision service, custom vision service, face recognition, and face detection kind of services. And this is which is coming under the umbrella of Azure AI Vision Service. Now, because we have created our own Azure AI service, it's the time we have to go to Azure AI Vision Studio. In a separate tab of my browser, I'm going to hit this URL, which is portal.vision.cognitive.azure.com. This URL is going to take me to a thing which is known as Vision Studio. You can see right now, this is showing me the home page of the Vision Studio. And first thing first, I have to connect my Azure AI service with this Vision Studio. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on sign in. I'll sign in with the same account in which I have created my Azure AI Vision Service. Okay, I have successfully signed in with my account. It's showing me a welcome wizard, which I'm not interested, so I'm going to close it. Now, inside this Azure AI Vision Studio, we have a couple of featured demos which they have given us. And this is actually going to show you how exactly you're going to use this. Now, I'm going to show you some of them, but first we are going to talk about image analysis. And under image analysis, we are going to see that there are a couple of demos which are available, which we can either try out, or if I want to deal with customized model with images, I can actually start a new project with that. Now, in order to do all these things and in order to use this demo, the first thing which you have to do is you have to go to the settings icon. I think this icon is not loading properly somehow, but if I go to the settings icon, it's going to show me that we could not find any Azure subscription in this. Okay, now before we try any of these demos, what we have to do is we have to connect our Azure AI service with this Vision Studio. In order to do that, I have to click on this settings icon. Somehow the settings icon is not loading right now, but I'm going to click on this, and when I go there, my service which I have created is actually visible. As you can see, this is my resource name, which is created in this region, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to select this particular service, and I'm going to select as a default resource, which means now whatever demos, whatever projects I'm going to create in this is going to be used as a current resource, and all the billing is going to be charged to this particular subscription. Make sure in order to try some of the demos and creating some kind of a custom AI vision solutions, you have to actually associate your service with this particular Vision Studio. Then only you'll be able to use it, then only you'll be able to work with it. Now I have already selected a default resource, so I'm going back to my Vision Studio. Because we want to try some image analysis first, I'll click on image analysis, and let's say we want to use one of the service which is add captions to images. When I click on this, it's showing me this is a demo, add captions to images, which will generate a human readable sentences that describe the content of the image. You can choose some of the images which are available here, or if you want to browse and if you want to upload your own pictures here, based on that also this is actually going to generate captions. Now let me select one of the image first. I selected this image, and then I have to acknowledge this demo is going to incur the cost on this particular service. So I'm going to tick mark on that. And once I do that thing, it's showing me that this is an image which is a statue of a woman holding a scale on top of the building. So they're actually explaining everything. It's a building, it's a statue, it's a woman, and the woman is holding a scale. Perfect. Same way, let's say if I click on this particular photo, it's showing me it's a sandwich cut in half. For this one, it's showing me a man jumping on a skateboard. And the interesting thing is, whenever you're selecting a sample image, it's actually calling that API in the background. And you can check that thing in this particular JSON request. This is actually that JSON response which came up from that API call. When you develop applications with Azure AI Vision Service, the same way you have to make a request in the JSON format, and the API response is going to look similar to this. Now it's showing me the metadata and the caption result which is generated with this, and they're also showing me a confidence score, which is like how sure this particular model about that this is a correct caption generated for this image. Now we can try with our own images also right now. Let me try some of my images. I have uploaded one of my image, and it's again showing me a request and response kind of a text. It's showing me that the text is a desk with a statue and a notebook. Now you can see this is a desk which is having a statue, and there's a notebook also. Now this is a perfect caption which is generated for this particular image. Now remember, this is all happening because of that API calls, and that's how it is actually working. If you want to try this, or if you want to actually see samples of this particular service, you can click on this link, which is view samples on GitHub, and you'll be able to get sample applications also, which will be mostly developed in C#.NET or Python. We'll see those kind of application customized development also very soon in the coming videos. As of now, let me go back to my Vision Studio. And in the image analysis, we are going to try some more demos. Like, let's say we want to extract some common tags from the images. So now we are not only focusing on captions, we're actually going to focus on some common tags. We still have similar kind of images. Let me click on this image, which is the same thing which we have used in the previous demo. This image is again the man on the skateboard is there, but this time we are detecting attributes of that image. It's showing me that maybe the attribute connected with this image is sport, person, footwear, skating, board sport. These are all the related tags which are generated for this image. Same way, if I go into the JSON, it's showing me the similar kind of a response which is coming with all the tag results. And with each tag, it's actually showing you the confidence score with that. In most of the tags, they are 99% sure, 98% sure, and then the confidence score is going to decrease when you scroll down. There are certain keywords which they are not very sure, like air or young or maybe outdoor. So they are not very sure. That's the reason the confidence score of these tags are actually less. Now, same way, let's try one more thing. We are going into image analysis, and we can maybe use this one, remove background from an image. Now, in this case also, maybe you have taken any picture and then you want to remove background of that. Like this is a person, and there are two persons who are detected in this. When we click on that, let's see if they are actually going to remove background from this image or not. Yes, exactly, it happened. The background is actually removed. Now you can see we have foreground matting, which is also created here, where they are actually selecting foreground and background separately. If I have an image which is having maybe multiple people, then also this is smartly detecting that foreground matting with that, and then it's successfully removing the background from that images. Same way, if I select an image which is actually not having any person inside that, let's see what will happen. It's actually a landscape kind of an image, and in this, when we do that thing, it's actually taking the whole landscape, but the cloud, the sky, is actually something which is removed, and that's how they are doing foreground matting with this. This is a demo which is actually showing you how to remove background from the images with this AI. Now let's say we have done a couple of these things with image analysis. Now I want you to see another thing, which is OCR. OCR, which is stand for Optical Character Recognition, is also a service which is part of Azure AI Vision Service. As I told you, Azure AI Vision Service has so many capabilities. OCR is one of them, and this is also something which is very, very important because it's going to help you to extract text from your images. Let me go inside this demo. We have a couple of images which are available here. Maybe this is an image of someone's credit card, and if I push this particular image as an input here, it's showing me that it is able to read the text which is written on that particular card. You can see each and every number or a word is actually visible here. Same way, maybe you are just providing an image which is a handwritten note. It can still read the text and it can understand this thing on any multiple languages with that. If you have some kind of a tag or some kind of a barcode with some kind of a product information, you can upload a photo of that and it's able to read that each and every word correctly. This is something which is one of the coolest feature of Azure AI Vision Service, which is known as OCR. And many organizations actually use this thing to extract this kind of an information from images. Let's take one more. Now this is actually having some of the text which is even we are not able to read it with the human eyes right now. It's very, very small, but this has analyzed this thing and is able to understand that this line is this number has been established for, and then this kind of text is actually written. It's able to identify each and every text, even with the different fonts and styles. This is something which is perfect. Let me go back to my Vision Studio again. After image analysis and OCR, which is optical character recognition, you can also try spatial analysis. You can try face recognition and face detection kind of thing. But remember one thing, in detecting face and in trying other things with the face, you can try some of these things with the limited privileges, because face detection, face identification are two different services in Azure AI, and face detection is globally available, but face identification is something which is not globally available. You have to request to Microsoft and then only you'll be able to use it. As of now, let me try detect face in an image first. And if I try this thing, you can see there are a couple of images here also, and I want that it should detect the face of the person. So let me select this one first. There is a person who's holding a mask, is not wearing a mask. So it's just showing me that, okay, face number 1 is detected, which is this, and then the mask is actually saying no. So we have a mask, but he's not wearing a mask. That's why it's saying mask no. And then if I go to the JSON part of this, it's actually showing you the face and each and every characteristics of that face, like the dots where eyes are matching, your pupil, the size of that particular lips or mouth, everything is actually here. So face rectangle, face landmarks, pupil left, pupil right, nose tip, mouth left, mouth right, each and every dot is actually selected here. These values are also very important when you want to identify the expression of that particular person. So maybe the person is happy or sad. You can actually identify all those things based on these values. Same way, let me take one more image. This time we have a girl who's wearing a mask. When I go to the attributes, it's showing me face mask is yes, and then we have detected a face. They are saying face mask covering nose and mouth is also yes. So it means they have detected that yes, the face is properly covered with the. Same way, if I select an image with multiple people, it's going to detect multiple faces in that. Face 1, face 2, both are detected, both are not wearing mask. And for this kind of things also, you can browse for the files. I can select one of my photo, and it's showing me that yes, face is detected, mask is showing no, and it's showing me the details of the face like that. It's working fine. It's working perfectly fine. Let's move forward with some other demos. Let's say this is something which is showing me portrait processing. Let me try out this one. In this case, this is going to detect the location of one or more human faces in the image like the previous one, along with attributes such as pose, face mask, and facial landmarks. So let me click on again the same person here. And when I click on this, it's going to show me the detected attributes with this. It's showing me that face is detected, and this face is actually having a particular box which is drawn here. So they are drawing a box with that, which is having a box size. The quality for recognition is high, blur is low, mask is something which is showing me false. Detection option is showing me which direction they are actually showing me that. And then image resolution is this one. Same way, if I click on the other image, it's showing me the sizes and the associations with that. So pose is also visible, the resolution, blur is low, detected options. So these are all actually details of that particular person's face which they are highlighting here. Same way, if we go back and let's say we want to do photo ID matching. So in this case, this is going to match a photo of a person to a photo ID to verify their identity. Now in this case, when we are selecting any of the person, we also have to associate that we want to acknowledge the use of the camera for this demo. So if I select this person, and then if I try to acknowledge that, okay, I'm going to use my camera for this, so I have to acknowledge that, and then camera preview view is going to be visible here. Now as of now, because I'm recording this on this particular camera, I'm not able to showcase you this demo. This is something which maybe you can try by yourself. It's going to be really interesting, and it's going to identify whether this is the same person or not. These are all coolest features of Azure AI Vision Service, and trust me, developing applications with this feature is really fun. It's really interesting. And this is the time we are going to move on, and I'm not going to try all the other demos right now, but I surely guarantee you that if you try this thing, some of the demos are really cool, like we have video retrieval and summary kind of a thing. So it's going to do the same thing with videos, actually, not with images. We also have something which is like extracting common tags from the images. It's going to extract multiple tags, and then it's going to create a identifying the different objects also with that. There are a couple of coolest demos which are available here, which you should go for, and that's all I want to say right now. By the way, this reminds me one thing, that if you enjoyed this video so far, it's very important that you like this particular video and you subscribe to our channel so that you should not miss any of these particular videos. We are going to constantly create this kind of learning videos with step-by-step practical demos so that you can try these things and you can keep learning and growing. Okay, while the deployment is going on, I want to remind you that if you are not familiar with Azure AI Vision Service, I strongly recommend you to check this video, which is on Azure AI Vision capabilities. This is also available in the same YouTube channel. I strongly recommend you to go through that video first, and then you can check the step-by-step demo where you can understand how exactly you're going to use this. That's it for today. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.